This podcast is brought to you by Infinite Resources, a local staffing agency connecting diverse job candidates in central Iowa companies.
Welcome to episode 5 of the REALEST Amateur Boxing Podcast with Coach Pena. Today I have CEO of Major Player Entertainment, Mike Patterson. How you doing, Mike Patterson?
I'm doing good this morning, Coach Pep. I appreciate you having me on.
It's all right, man. Yeah, I reached out to you before and we talked about it, and it just finally happened. To all my podcasters keep getting on me about it's time. They ready. I took a little time off because I've been busy, man. I've been at the gym and going out of town to fight all the time and had softball
Winning.
and stuff. Yep, winning. That's what it's about. I've just been busy, and today was a good day. I'm like, you hear my voice is all messed up from last night. We had some fights last night. Took 4 of my kids to North Bend, Nebraska. We only had 3 of them fight. Cesar Rivera, Latrell Dar, and Cassius Gomez all won. Cesar won by abandonment. Guy couldn't come out for the second round because I tell them, man, these boys can't take that power, man. When you know how to put power to the position, to spots, pick them spots and put the power, and wouldn't use it. He's just growing and growing. Like I said, I make people earn their stuff, so it's time to start showing them some more things. A little bit more to his arsenal, I just keep asking him just to work out hard, man. Just keep working hard, that's all.
He seemed like he doing it. He whooping ass everywhere he go.
He still can get better. There's always better. Always.
That's true.
So, and then we had Latrell Dar won RFC, referee stop contest. He could have got him out of there a little earlier if he would have listened. He figured it out after he listened to me, and like I was talking to you earlier, you hear all that in that them fights I posted out there with me on the mics. You'll hear everything. You'll be like, damn, this is cool. This is cool. What he said.
Yeah.
And then we had Cassius Gomez won again. He had a nice little fight. He won a unanimous decision. And little Isabella Rivera, who says her sister was supposed to fight on the fight, 24 months or younger. The other girl was 13 and she was 11. But it came out to be that the girl was 26 months older than her, so we couldn't fight her. We would have said, hey, don't worry about the 2 months. Let's go.
Yeah, I definitely know how you run, Coach.
Win or lose, we try to fight, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to get her fights because ain't no one around. We don't got no one in Iowa to fight her, so I got to be traveling, different places for her to be fighting girls and stuff, or bring girls in from different states and stuff to fight her, She ain't fought one Iowa girl yet. She's gonna fight Minnesota, St. Louis, Kansas City, Minneapolis, Nebraska, and stuff like that. Iowa girls.
How about Chicago, Coach?
We ain't got up that way. Every time I see something going on, we're busy doing something already. So we just talked about that. Me and Coach Kiko talked about that last night on the ride home about Chicago. We need to get up on that way, and it's going to happen. It's just like I said, we ain't rushing. My kids are all young. We getting right. We want to go there and make noise. And like I was just telling my wife the other day, I said, damn, I've been living in Des Moines about half of my life. That's weird as hell. 'Cause I'm 53. I'm 53, and I moved up here in 90 to 93. So there's 3 years right there. And then I moved back up here in 2001 until now. I'm like, damn, I've been up here damn near half of my life. I wonder why people know who I am.
That's true.
And that's not even because of the gym. I used to do a lot of youth, coaching a lot of youth and stuff. So, but yeah, that's what yesterday was about. My throat was a little bit about. We're gonna get into our talk about some things. Let me get a little close. All right. So as I was saying, this Michael Patterson, Major Players. Hey, give me a little input about Major Players Entertainment.
Okay, well, in a nutshell, Major Players Entertainment is a management agency. I specialize in young fighters. I will work with some older fighters, depending on what their mentality is like, especially if Coach Pepe sponsor them. I'll take them under my wing like that because I know they got good training. But basically, what I do is I get a fighter from the amateurs and I build them all the way up to a world champion. I haven't got there yet, but we're working. We definitely working.
That's always the plan, the goal. Like I told you earlier, the goal for us is to bring home some silver glove champions this year, and I'm sure that's the same thing
Yeah,
with you. At least getting somewhere, so you doing you, and you helping someone else on the way. It's pretty much we're
that's
in the
true.
same boat. But I'm doing it as a coach, and you're doing it as a manager. See what I'm saying?
That's true. That's
So
true.
you say
I
you do
think
it.
the fans they don't understand. Like we all kind of like I won't say we working together, but we are working together because I would need you if I had a fighter under your wing. I would need your coaching experience. I would need you in the corner. I would need you to tell me what he's doing right, what he's doing wrong. And then the business side, I would handle that. And then the promoter would just sit back and collect all the ticket money
Oh, I've seen that.
and put on a good show.
I know that from you. My phone rings from time to time. My phone rings from
All the
time to
time.
time.
Anytime I can,
So
I call Coach
yeah,
Pepe. I
so
need help.
I got you whenever I can. If I even know a little bit or see a little bit, I got you. But not a lot of not a lot of coaches would do that, man. They like to be on themselves, all about themselves. I've never been about myself. Like even back in 2017 up here, I told him, I said, I'm not here to make a name for myself. My last name speaks for itself. You know what I mean? I help box. I
Facts.
help build that legacy. I'm not up here trying to be known. I'm already, and my last name's known already. I'm up here to help the kids and this and that. But I know you've been around. You've been in some gyms and stuff like that. MMA gyms to boxing clubs. What's the difference that you see besides the grappling and the submissions and all that stuff? The work ethic. You think a lot of sitting around. We don't sit around. We at my gym. We don't
No,
sit
y'all
around.
working. Y'all
We don't
working
show
as
no
soon as you get in
tired.
there.
Yeah, we don't show no tiredness. Your hands on your hips. Hey boy, what you doing? Get that. We don't do that shit here. We don't do. And they be knowing. So what's the difference you see between if you're in an MMA gym watching them train compared to a boxing gym?
That's a good question, Coach. I would say the number one thing I see the difference between 100%. The number one difference I see is the coaching. A lot of MMA gyms they'll have five, six, seven different coaches rotating throughout, and I think some fighters they kind of get lost in the sauce, so to speak. They might cling to a striking coach, but then the grappling coach they got a problem with, or they cool with the grappling coach, but they got a problem with the striking coach. Then you got the head coach who kind of combines everything. So I think the coaching is a little bit different. However, I'm starting to see that transition more into the boxing now. I'm seeing a lot of gym owners have six, seven different coaches in their gym, and I've seen success with that and I've seen failure with that too. So I guess it kind of goes into the coaching and the fighters. How do you click well with your coach with your fighters? And I know that you click really well with your fighters.
Yeah,
They trust you, they love you, they respect you, they listen.
yeah, you're absolutely right on that. I've been just a lot of people don't know, but when I first started back here in 2015, I started off in MMA gym. I've heard I said
I
it
didn't even
before.
know
I've
that.
heard it before. I said it before on other podcasts. That my son used to play on an organization called River Dogs, and I knew a lady who had a kid from a younger group, and she heard I was a boxer, this and that, and knew about about us. So she would always ask me, "Hey, her name is Shelly Burgess. Hey, can you come out and work with my son?" His son at the time was a teenager, MMA kid, trying to be an MMA kid. He did. He had a little career for a while before I think he's a cop now. I'm pretty sure. But so I went out to
Mm,
MMA gym, and yeah, you're right. It's different. It's different. I'm not saying it's like that anymore. I'm talking about 2015. You're absolutely correct with the different coaches for different things. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
How you gonna try to
yeah,
coach something you don't know?
yeah.
How you gonna
That's
try? How you
true.
gonna
That's
try to
true.
coach some stand up if you don't even know how to throw yourself? That makes sense.
Yeah,
But at the end
yeah.
of the
Or trying to
day,
grapple and you ain't got no
yeah,
submission skills.
exactly. Like the end of the day, you gotta want to learn. and you're gonna want to have to take criticism and all that stuff to get better. Because believe me, I've seen a lot of MMA guys come to my gym. They want to spar, and of course, it's striking, and that's why I try to get to them. Say, hey, it's striking. So if you keep coming in here or work with us more, your striking will get better. Your head movement will get better. Your footwork will get better. Everything will get better. All of it. I mean, I've seen it happen before. I've seen a guy come to my gym. I'm not going to say any names, okay? He's a local guy. And he used to just be in wars, man. And he's like, did you win? Yeah, but he's all bruised up and shit. You know what I mean? Like, man, fuck that. You must have been getting hit an awful lot, but you still won, which is good. Come over to the gym, man. Let's work out. He came over to the gym, I would say 2 months straight. And he sparred my boxers, got his ass lit up most of the time. But he learned. You know what I mean? He learned. I taught him things on the bag and this and that. And next thing you know, he's fighting for one of the little Iowa titles, and he just pieced the dude up. I mean, he had movement, cracking, everything we worked on. I mean, just to a T, dude. Just pieced this dude's ass up. And I'm watching on video. I'm like, hell yeah. We went over all that shit. You know what I mean?
That's right. Make some noise for that.
Shit. Hell yeah. And then he comes back and he switches gyms. Fights the same dude again. He comes back, nothing. He wasn't even touched. No marks, maybe a little mark here. Not like usual. Comes back, switches. He don't come back to my gym. He goes somewhere else. And he goes right back to the same shit.
Yeah.
Now he's back to, he's at another gym now, and he's doing better again. But it was just that change. Just from that fight. From being that fighter where you're in this, one of us is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
To you being the one hurting that dude. You're moving.
And coming out with no damage.
No damage. That's what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah.
That's longevity, right? That's what it's called. You're going to
be That keeps everybody happy. That keeps the fighter winning and keeping his body in contact. It keeps me, the manager, happy because now I can book you more fights down the line so we can make more money. And then that keeps the coaches happy too because you're successful and you fighting them right with the fighter.
And you making the coaches look good too, because like you lose, man, the coaches lose. I don't give a shit what you say. Now, if you lose, you don't listen to the coach, then your ass lost. It's not on the coaches. But if we're doing everything we can, telling you everything we can in that corner or outside that ring or the cage when you're in there fighting and you don't do them, then that loss is on you. Because like I said,
that's true.
I used to coach a couple MMA, a girl and a guy up here. One was Jessica Fresh back when I first started coaching back. She did pretty well. She had a real good record. And Gilbert Gonzalez, the guy I just brought back to fight.
Yeah.
He was a
make some noise
guy. Yep.
Over them.
Yep. He was a pro guy for a while. So I always just said, hey, I'm down with being some. Well, I was the main person with them too. So I was the head. But I've been in situations where I've been with someone else, and they were the head. I said, hey, just give me 30 seconds of that minute to let him know what I see on the stand-up part, and then you take the rest of the 30 to tell him about, you get this situation, the grapple, take him down, but then what you see, and it works out well. Sometimes it don't, because like you said, you get a bunch of different coaches yelling different shit.
Yeah,
it's not going to work. To me, when all my coaches know what I expect, and I let them chime in to their knowledge. But if I'm thinking that something is not right for that particular time, I will say something different to let them know that, maybe I shouldn't have said that. And that's the only way they're going to learn, man, because there's certain situations in that ring or cage where you should be doing shit or doing things.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
To be the same guy fighting when you're on the ropes or when you're in the middle or if you're on the move. Everything is different. People don't understand that. They're too much into trying to be all highlight real shit. You don't got to be highlight reel star.
Everybody looking for that one punch knockout that's gonna go viral, and everybody's gonna share it, and it's like that's not the fight game.
No.
And then as you rise through the ranks, you're not gonna get everybody out of there. Some of this, you're gonna have to box, you're gonna stick a move, you're gonna have to grapple, you're gonna kick. You might even have to do some underhanded tricks depending on how typical your opponent is.
So when you check out that post I made about me being on the microphone yesterday, and pay close attention when I'm talking to Altrell, what I'm saying to him between rounds, man, because it just came to what I said. What I said happened.
Heard that.
See what I'm saying? I just keep it real. I don't care if parents hear it. I don't care. If they don't like it, they can go somewhere else. Because I'm nowhere close to being my grandpa calling people pussies and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? I just keep it somewhat. I might say ass or something like that, but it could be a lot worse than that. I'm sure you could.
It could be.
I'm sure your little 8-year-old hitting a lot worse than ass at home, or you know what I mean, or out in public. So if I say, "Hey, you better get his ass," I'm just telling you, go get him. You know what I mean? It's just the way I say things. So parents don't understand it, they don't like it, then that door swings open. You open it to come in, you open it to get out. But just let me, like I keep telling them, trust your coaches, and the kid can go a long ways. But they have to put that work in. We can't work for them.
That's true.
We cannot work for them, and that's why you might see some of my my stories, Mr. Hoodie Man. Them guys can't hang with me.
You still got the mid club, coach? No, you still got them?
I got them, but when I work out, I will always work out with a hoodie on. They're like, Coach, why you? It's like 100 degrees in here. I'm like, because I'm built different than you kids, man. You guys don't get it. You guys might be, no, you guys can't do it. So that's why I have that. You're not on Facebook a lot, so you don't probably see my stories, but a lot of them call me Mr. Hoodie Man. That's what I call myself. So when I got that
Mr. Hoodie Man, I like that. And then you come to work.
It's time to work. It's time to work. So I'll be in there. I go in there with my shirt on. Once they see me throw that hoodie on, they're like, oh, shit. It's about ready to get real up in here. Someone's already get called in the ring or something. But
there you go.
Yeah, so it is what it is on that one. Like I said, you're either going to be able to hang or you're going to be throwing up, one or the other. And I'm not going to be there.
I love your coaching style, Coach. Like, I remember when you was coming down here to Davenport with us, to work with us. Like, every time you come down, man, you were really, really articulate about your boxing. You break everything down. And the most important part is you swinging back. I see a lot of these guys with the pad work. It looks cool. It looks nice on camera. But once you get in the ring, does it translate over well?
So that's called, to me, that's called routine. Routine. Paddles, mitts, whatever. When the hell are you going to be in front of someone like that, throwing like that?
Y'all see what I mean? Like,
see what I'm saying?
He ain't trained to do,
so you need to train how the fight's going to work. Him backing up off to the angle, pop, 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 move this and move that way, pop, 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 pop. Yeah, just that kind of stuff. That's the stuff that works. That routine stuff's not going to work. What are you going to tell them? Go in and do that routine we've been working on. That shit ain't going to work, man. Am I right?
You ain't lying, man. Okay. You're not lying at all, Coach.
And that's funny you said that, because one of my questions I had here is, what were your thoughts the first time you see me working with your former client, Jason Phillips, at the legendary Penny's Boxing Club in Davenport?
Shout out to both of them, Jason and the legendary Boxing Club. Shout out to Coach Pat, Coach Fred, all of y'all back there. I was impressed. First time I seen it, I knew I had heard stories about, my first client, Jay, fighting one of your guys in the amateurs. And I'm like, okay, well, he obviously is a opinion, so he knows boxing. But when you came down here and I got to see it with myself and I got to see Jason improving in that couple hours that we spent together, I'm like, yo, we got to get them on. Like, or, we got to send you up there for a weekend, couple weeks, something, obviously.
We could never make that happen, man. All I needed was 3
days. They didn't really play out the way.
Saturday, Sunday, that's all I needed, man, for real.
You see what I'm saying? We could have did that. That was nothing, because y'all was making that trip here, so that shows you that we can make it up there. And we had to just go, me and Jay, on some solo dolo. We could have brought the whole camp, Rob, Chino, all of those guys. You know what I'm saying? We could have all came up there, Monk. And Coach Fred, he was fighting at that time. He had some fights in Minnesota, so we could have made it a real good experience, but things didn't really pan out the way we planned it to. But I did get to see the work that you put in, and I'm like, yo, this is what we need.
Well, that happens, and shit don't pan out all the time. Cause like I said, if
Yeah,
I was I learned a lot from my mistakes. So as I'm a coach now, I'm trying to make sure these fools don't be making the same mistakes that I made. Because I think I could have been way better than I was. I just figured out I'm paying you fuck. Ain't no one fucking with me. I could fight. When we get in there, I'm fighting somebody. We're going to fight. You know what I mean? But once you get into them freaking teenage years, 16, 17, you know what I'm talking about. You just start like
yeah.
thinking you. So that's what I'm
Like
trying to
you
do now.
grown,
Is
you out here running the streets.
trying to keep these guys in the level, straight arrow. You know what I'm saying? But it's
And
hard,
that's hard to
man.
do too, coach.
You can't,
That's
you
really,
can't,
really,
yeah.
really hard.
You can give advice. You only can do so much when you're in the gym. You can't follow them out them doors. When they get out them doors, they're on their own, man. You only can give them advice. And if they don't listen
That's
to your
true.
advice, they're going to end up in places they don't want to be. And that's just how it is. I would have loved to work with Jason. I'll just let you know, because there was a lot of them boxers back in Davenport, still are pros. I almost said Amnear. That's the guy who owns this place. Jason was on my top of my list. I'm not gonna lie. Jason was the top on my list. If there was someone I wanted to work with, it was Jason. Because
I heard
I'm gonna
that.
tell you why. Because in that little time I worked with him, he listened very well. And some of the shit I was showing him, he was just looking at me like, "The fuck."
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I mean?
Jay.
Like, what the hell? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like I said,
that's
I
your
learned a lot of
good.
shit. I learned a lot of shit growing up, watching my grandfather do different things, and just put my own twist on it, man. You can't train everybody the same, man. You
You
can't.
right.
You can't.
You
So
right.
the proof is in the pudding. You go out there and be successful. You keep winning. Your club's winning. You don't got to be all over social media trying to show.
Yeah.
I'm not showing y'all. I don't like showing anyone anything. So I'm one of them type of coaches that be like, keep posting that shit on Facebook. Keep posting that stuff. We're gonna end up fighting your ass one of these days. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite things to do, man, is watch videos of fights and break down that whole fight, make a game plan.
I got a question for you, Coach.
Go right ahead, man. That's what we're here for.
When you breaking it down, what are you looking for? When you see a fight tape or a highlight clip or even just some training work, sparring bag work,
And
what are you looking for?
everything. Everything. Like when they do this, man, I can't tell you all that, man.
You said we was gonna keep it real on your
Well, I'm
platform,
gonna keep it
bro.
real, but I'll keep it real. I just did. I said keep posting this shit on Facebook. That's all I'm saying.
I heard that.
That's the realest I could be, because I don't like, because that's my game plan is I figure shit out and we just put it together. It might not work that first round. If it's still there, like it's still there, man. You got to execute it. It's up to you. It is still there. Believe me, it has not changed. We ain't no plan B. We always have plan B, of course, always. But that game plan is there until the coach says, "Oh, now we need to do something different." So keep doing what you're doing until you hear different. And most of the time, well, let's say a lot of the times, I've been correct on a lot of shit. I do my homework.
Yeah, you
man.
have.
I'm not just in the gym. I do my own homework on different things. Just figuring it out, man, for different kids and different, the pros to the amateurs and all that stuff. It's just all that stuff, man. It's just, you just got to figure it out. And that's like the boxers. They got to figure out if they want to listen to a coach or not.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of them don't
They're
like.
gonna do their own thing, and they're gonna follow instructions.
That's out. The social media is very powerful, and I wasn't a big social media guy until recently when I started doing this podcast, and just people, hey man, coach, you need, no, I don't need to, but I can, And then what really opened my eye one time, you might not have heard this when I was switching my youth class to my adult class over, and I had my youth class just finishing up doing some strength and conditioning drills, and my adult class people were just starting to get there. They were in the ring doing some footwork drills and head movement drills, and it was like a little snippet for maybe 30 seconds, dude. Man, that thing hit 1K in a day. And I said, these fools are really watching.
Yeah, it is.
They watching. I wouldn't say fools, but I'm like, I just wanted to see if it was for real. And after that point, I'm like, keep doing it. Keep putting your stuff up there. I know they're young and stuff, and they want people to like them and this and that. But just put your work in, go into the ring and win. You won't have to do all that.
That's true.
Do you see Cesar on social media?
Nah.
No? Okay. Do you see actually you see any of my boxers on social media?
No.
Why?
Because they listen to their coach.
Exactly. If they want people to see what they about, come to the shows. Okay? All you coaches out there, you ain't gonna find shit that I don't want you to see on my page. See what I'm saying? I'll show you a little bit. I'll show you a little bit here and there, but it's nothing routine. It's all what it's supposed to be like. And then
strategically well throughout there for them, like scraps to a dog.
Exactly. So if you choose to look whatever they're watching, man, they might not be liking, but the views are out there, man. You see it. You'll see it. Even on your stories, like, damn, man, 400 some people looked at this story.
Yeah.
God, damn, they ain't liking nothing, but they sure in the hell looking.
That's how I go too.
Which is fine to me. I don't care about all that, man. It's just that at the end of the day, man, I take it serious. Any coach should take it serious, especially if you're a nonprofit coach. You're doing it just out of kindness of your heart. You know what I mean? Everyone thinks I'm this mean, disciplined coach. I still do it for free. I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And being a nonprofit coach and trying to build all this discipline in these kids, and you see them not, they're in and out, kind of doing it hard, kind of. I'm like, man, I might as well just go to a profit gym, man, and start making me some money. If they don't listen and pay attention, that's not their own goddamn fault. See what I'm saying? Because when you're taking my time, I'm trying to make this sound right to you though. When you're taking my time away from me and my family, and I'm in there, you're gonna be listening, you're gonna be working out hard, or you won't be in my gym. Bottom line.
Right.
I hear a lot of people come in and saying, oh, we were just a number over at this gym. Now, I don't care what gym you came from or what gym you were at. I don't. You come in here, you're going to work out hard, and that's how it is. Even if, I tell the parents too, even if these kids don't want to fight, if they're in here training, they're going to train hard, and they're going to get disciplined. If they can't handle it, they just don't show back up. That's just how it is.
I understand that.
So as a manager, Mike, promoters, you deal with a lot of promoters and events, events around different towns and stuff like that. Give me a couple promoters you worked with in the past and a couple great events you've been to outside of Iowa.
A lot of shows I've done right now have been in Iowa. I'm working with two promoters, man. Those dudes, they didn't took me under their wing. They didn't show me the game. I appreciate them. Those promoters are Scott T and Monty Cox. Scott is pretty much running the boxing side of things. Monty does the kickboxing and MMA. They come together. They make a hell of a combination, man. Like those dudes are some geniuses. I've also worked with a couple other local guys from the Davenport area. I ain't gonna throw them under the bus. I will say this though. Between the two, yeah, I know you know, Coach. Like, yeah, I definitely know you know. Between the two is night and day. And I don't mean that in a bad way because I got relationship with this person, relationship with that person. What I mean is from a professional standpoint, like the promotion, the way they do shows, the way they set up things, the way they set up the arena, and the gate and the fans, the output and the merchandise, everything is just completely different between
Oh
those
yeah,
two dudes. So coming from one to the other, I can see and be like, yo, this is the direction we need to be headed.
yeah,
So I enjoy working with the promoters I'm working with now.
yeah. It's just that's the same with the amateur fights too. You'll see a lot of different ones. You haven't been to mine yet, but we're different. You know, we don't do all this. Hey, let's square up on each other. Pictures, man. You ain't believing that shit. You can run back and tell whoever does that stuff. Like I said, I don't care. That stuff for the pros, man. You gotta deserve that stuff. That
That's
stuff you
true.
do in the pros. You know what I mean? Amateur fights, you go there and fight. Just have a good show, a good ran show, good judging, good community coming together to watch the kids. You can always tell who's doing it right when it comes to the shows because you can always tell where all the boxers are at and who are the fans and who are the boxers. A lot of shows you
Yes,
just
the
have them
boxing
all
community
scattered
is
out.
together.
You don't even tell. Okay, do we have any fans in here or supporters, or these are all just
Yeah,
boxers? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, and coaches.
In
Yeah,
my shows, I have an event team. They come in. I don't even got to mess with any of that. Promote the sponsors go to the front. They walk them right to their tables. They were all wearing the same shirts. This was one of my event shirts for one time. We all got different event shirts, so they know who the event people are. They know when they come to my show. Okay, look for that color. These guys are the event. If we
yeah,
have a question, we go to them guys. And then they come to me.
yeah.
They come to me, and I say, okay, this whatever. I fix it. You know what I mean? If I have to, just sometimes I got to fix stuff, and sometimes I don't have to fix stuff. So them are the shows you want to be at, and them are the shows you know because the shows are legit. I do my research on the boxers matching up fights. All my fights are always good. You don't really see too many people getting mismatched, being stopped, because I pay attention to what's going on. So we have some real legit fights, all of them, all the time. They're good fights. Um,
And that makes it. I don't mean to cut you off, coach, but that makes it really good for the fans
oh yeah,
because if you got a one sided fight, you pretty much know how that's gonna go. You
exactly.
know, you've been around this game for thousands of years, so
Yep,
you pretty much know. Like, I mean, boxing and MMA, anything can happen, but you pretty much see how it's gonna go. But when you get a 50-50 fight, that keeps everybody on their seat. That keeps everybody entertained. That keeps everybody watching. You know, just seeing what's gonna happen next, and also it builds up the fighter's confidence. The winner of the fight comes out with more confidence, and sometimes the loser does too because he
yeah,
feels like, yeah, I didn't get tonight's run, but I was right there with him. I was, if I could have just did a little bit more, put a little bit more in the gym, I could get that. So
exactly,
both guys come out with something better.
exactly. I know. Um, I get invited to a lot of shows outside of Iowa, all kinds of shows. If we can make it happen, we happen. It's happening because we'll fight anybody. We don't care. We were
Yeah,
just
that's
talking
that
the other
dog.
day,
Make some
man.
noise for that.
Hey,
Make
we were
some
just
noise for
talking.
that.
We were just talking on road trips are the best, man. They're freaking awesome. Me and Coach Kiko was talking. I said, "Damn, man, the freaking lottery was like 533 million the other day." I said, "Shit, we win that, but we be fighting everywhere. We be fighting in California and New York. We be all over the place. This be every weekend.
Oh
We out,
man.
but that's ain't win." He got like a couple of numbers. Well, actually, that last freaking lottery we had here before that, I got like 4 numbers, man.
For
We
real?
only won like, he didn't win that much money. Yeah, like
Hey, you still hit though.
three or
A
four
hit is a
numbers.
hit.
Yeah, and we didn't get, well, I didn't get the extra, whatever that is, but I'm like, damn, maybe I got a couple $100. I at least got 3 numbers.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't win shit. A couple dollars, got more
They
dollars in my pockets
bogus,
than I
man.
won on that three. But like we were just talking about that, it's you just gotta coaches. You know if your guys are ready. You gotta challenge your guys, man. You gotta challenge them. If you're not challenging your guys, you pick and choosing your fights because this gym's not that good. We'll fight them guys.
Yeah,
You ain't doing no
yeah,
good you ain't doing no good for your kids. Take them L's. We
yeah.
took our L's. Believe me, Cesar took his L's when he was a little chubby, 163 pounder, about 5 foot, fighting guys almost 2 years older than him. He took his L's, but they're learning. He learned from all of them,
Yeah,
and he's still learning. You got to take them L's, man, because then you can still coach after shows. You can still coach after they fight about we could did this a little more. You could did that a little more. Then it
Yeah.
comes back to listening to your coach,
Yeah.
to your coach.
Yeah.
And once again, make sure you go watch that stuff I posted on my page. I'm still coaching.
100%.
I'm still coaching right outside the ring. I'm helping other kids, saying stuff to other boxers, not even mine, giving them little tips that their coach might not even gave them, or their coach might not.
And that's one thing about you
Yeah.
too, Coach, man. You are a very helpful dude. You always want to spread the
Yeah.
wisdom to myself included. I didn't call you a couple times about some pro bouts for one of my guys. Like, man, what do you know about this guy? What do you know about that guy? So you always helpful. You always an inspiration. You and Coach Pat.
Yeah.
Both of y'all do the same thing. Coach Mike does that. Coach Ramsey, Coach Perez. There's a lot of good coaches here in Iowa. A lot of them.
You got to, man. Like I said, man. I wish Des Moines was like Iowa City to Davenport.
Yeah.
If we were that close, man, I'd be back there all the time.
Heard that.
All the time.
Heard that.
Like I said, we spread through Iowa. Opinions boxing straight up. Used to be talked about only back in the eastern Iowa. But
give the fans a little bit of backside with the legendary Alvino Pena and the legendary Michael Nunn and the legendary Antoine Eccles. Rest in peace. I don't think they understand the lineage to how far it goes back.
The thing I just never get is who was the best one from Davenport. Man, fuck all that, man. Davenport had a bunch of good-ass boxers. Amateurs or not. Who gives a shit who was the best? We all know what gym they came from.
That's right.
Am I right? We know where all these coaches are from that same gym.
That's true.
That is true. You guys are beating each other, or you know what I mean? That's good. Fight each other. You guys, there's a bunch of gyms back there. Fight each other. But at the end of the day, leave it in the ring. You don't got to be all out on social media talking shit to each other. Man, no, it don't got to be about that. Because if you guys would get we always talk about uniting everyone around here in Des Moines. Man, I already tried that shit back in 2018. No one wanted to do it. I'm keeping it real. So I just keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Now, we always yelling, man. You can hear me in my videos all the time at the 515, baby. And I'm not even from the 515. I just been here, living here, but I'm from Davenport.
Yeah, you from 563.
Davenport will always be my home. Because that's where I grew up and learned a lot of knowledge is in Davenport.
Heard that.
I transferred it over up here in Des Moines. So I'm
Heard
both.
that.
I'm both, straight up, straight through. Kiko, like I said, we always keep real. My coach Kiko, he's crazy as hell. Because I'll say 515, baby, before we go fight, I'm going to get out the ring. 515, baby, because I want them to know where we're from. And like we went to that tournament last time up in Nebraska, we won all 5. What did I hear walking out the door? Someone yelling, 515. They wasn't even our
there
people.
You go.
It was someone in the crowd. Hell yeah, so I'm talking I'm not shit. I'm just talking loud. 515, baby. And he'll Kiko gonna be like, yeah, the most hated. I'm like, man, it's not. It's not even about being that, man.
Shout out to Coach Kiko,
it's not even about being the most hated in Des Moines because we're doing it, man. We're doing it. I said, no, we're 515's finest, man. I don't care what they say. We go everywhere to fight. We go everywhere to fight. You know you fighting us, you're going to be fighting. Even if it's a new kid on the block or not. You coming in for a fight.
Yeah.
So, other than that.
And y'all come on top too.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. Not funny, man, because rest in peace to Antoine, but it was weird because I would, let's say, Antoine, back about a year ago, I said a comment on something, and he took it the wrong way. Because I'm not about all that back and forth bullshit. Because I'm real. I'll talk to you. I'll say it to your face if I have something to say. I don't care who you are. It's just something about. I think it was about boxing. About back when the coaches were arguing with each other or something. I said something. I can't even remember what it was. Something. Nothing to be mad about. And he deleted me from Facebook. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I never seen him again until after them fights at Pro-Am fight back in Davenport.
Oh yeah, Davenport. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Me and Gilbert and his girlfriend. His friend at the time, his girlfriend now, I'm pretty sure. We all went out and boom, there he is at the bar. With his family. I think he was out with couple of family members, someone's birthday or something. We took a picture, and then next you know, he passed away.
Yeah,
But the
that
thing
was
was,
really unexpected.
we got a chance to talk, you know, and I got a chance to he got a chance to say some things to Gilbert, and I got to tell him, I said, hey man, said he fight because Gilbert was an MMA guy, so he don't really know all the boxers. So I said this guy fought some real good champions, and
Yeah, he did.
I said it's all about the getting built up. I said, and believe me, back in the days, me, Antoine Inland or Overstreet used to be in that ring in there sparring. Now no
Yeah.
tapping, sparring.
Yeah,
You hit me
they
hard,
always get it
I'm gonna hit
in.
your ass hard
Shout out
back.
to Coach Ritter too,
Yes, yes, yes. And Antoine always just say, "Man, you hit hard as a motherfucker." Like, so do you. See what I'm saying? So rest in peace, Antoine Eccles, man.
Definitely
Like I
rest in
said,
peace, champ.
he was a great guy. You know, bless him and his family, all that stuff. Um, and then I gave him the story about Michael Nunn, about how he became the middleweight champion. He was out of my gym. Got a picture of him when he was a young kid, black and white picture. And you see me just looking. I'm at the bottom of the picture like this. All you see is my eyes. You don't see my mouth? I'm not looking. I'm looking. I wasn't even big enough to get to stand up. I had to be in the front. But
Hey, he was there though,
I was
Coach. He
there,
was there.
baby. So yes. And then we got the Lamont Love lady. Sorry about that. R.I.P. to him. He just passed away. He was one of
Rest in peace.
Grandpa's great Golden Glove boxer back in the days. He ended up passing away up here in Des Moines. I was I knew he passed away, but I didn't know enough people to know when this and that was going to be. And I wanted to go pay my respects to at least the wake or something. Next you know, I hear you talking about, the funeral was today. I'm like, what? Man, I was like, man, I wish I knew more people that knew him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, when you don't know a lot of people that know him, because I was like, hey, coach, you know he passed away. Yeah, I know. You know, I heard too. So I'm hoping like someone's gonna give me more information on where it's at and this and that. I never got the information. I'm like, okay, someone's gonna send something. Something's gonna pop up or something, and it never did. Next, you know, boom, the services passed, and I didn't get a chance to go at least pay respect for Peñas and stuff. But I heard they had some good talks. People brought up Peñas, you know, because there was some guys who started off at Peñas that are up here now, you know, and even they have gyms up here, a gym up here, and you know his son, he's an older guy. His son is running the gym here, but the dad, he started it at my grandpa's. See what I'm saying?
Oh,
so it's all around.
So
you know what I mean?
the
So
tradition going too.
yes. So
okay.
So a lot of people didn't know about that. But it's just I don't like getting into it. A lot of people about who's the best amateur boxer in Iowa. Man, Iowa had so many. They had so many. And if I start talking about them, I won't even name them all.
Yeah.
You have to make a big ass list and just post it so everyone can see who they were. You know what I'm saying?
Start tagging everybody.
So and the thing is nowadays, is that it was so much harder back when we were kids to make it to regionals and win nationals and all that stuff. It's not as hard these days. It's not as hard these days to do that.
How do you feel about that, Coach? How do you feel about the whole structure of the USA boxing system and just boxing in general? How do you feel? Do you feel like it's watered down? Do you feel like it's more profitable, more marketable?
Dude, I'm still trying to figure it out, man. I'm still trying to figure out some of the judging. I know for a fact I might get some backlash from this, but I don't care. The judging, the officials in Nebraska, way better than Iowa, hands down. I ain't trying to talk bad about our people because it's all volunteers for them. But
yeah, that's true.
You can tell them guys over there. We have a bunch. Just put it this way, we have a bunch of new officials in Iowa. You can tell them guys have been in it for a minute. Okay. You can tell by the way the judging's being done. That's more like it. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? How the refereeing is done. And yet again, listen to me without telling out trial during that freaking video when them fights I posted up.
I'm definitely gonna be listening.
Damn, yeah, that's right. Just how just the whole thing, man. It's just you get to Iowa, and I got to tell my kids, regardless, stop them, and you don't have to worry about no judges.
I like that.
Or you
I
just
like that.
whoop
Make
their
some
ass
noise
the
for
whole.
that.
Yep. Or
Make
you
some
just
noise for that.
whoop them the whole fight. Just whoop them the whole fight,
Yeah.
and you know for sure you not. I won't say no for sure, but if you had the right judges, you know you won that. You know what I mean?
Right. But if you stop them, you take it out of their hands
I
completely.
can't say that all for Iowa because I've been to the show before. That I'm like, man, my dude, I know my guy won all 3 rounds. And you come to find out, because coaches can ask to look at scorecards, just like, man, that shouldn't have been that close. I want to see what's up. You know what I mean? And I don't do it that often. I might have done it like one time. I'm really like, man, there's no way. There's no way. I already know who did that because the first thing I do when I get up in a corner is I look and see who's judging.
That's the first thing you do?
That's
all
the
3
first
judges?
thing I do. I look them all. Try to make eye contact, all of them. That's letting them know. I know who's judging my kids.
Right. Same thing for the pros, coach?
Always. Well, the pros, I haven't been to enough of the pros because, Tree got hurt and stuff, but them guys are just different. You know what I mean? You don't know. They bring them in from different places. That's a different sanction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you just got to know, man. You got to know what you're up against sometimes because sometimes people don't like you being real. They might not like you because you're being too successful.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that, man. It's for the kids, man. Don't take a fight from a kid because you're just going to disappoint a kid these days. You know how these kids are these days, man.
Yeah.
It only takes a couple of losses.
They whole spirit breaks.
A couple of losses and they're done. Their boxing career's over with. You know what I mean?
It's over.
Even if you thought they won, it's still a loss to them. But let's get back onto that. Sorry about it. We do this and we ramble off. We just start talking boxing and just keep going. But about the promoters and stuff. 'Cause I was talking about my shows, but I've been to a couple that were pretty straight. Like I said, we've been to one out in Philadelphia. Now, that was legit. That was a legit one. All the way up to them guys trying to deny my plane ticket out there.
Yeah, I remember
the day
that.
before, so I had to jump on Facebook and say, hey, guys.
This podcast is brought to you by Infinite Resources, a local staffing agency connecting diverse job candidates and central Iowa companies.